The Coalition of the Willing, that is, a group of mainly left-wing establishment politicians from Western Europe who are just waiting to send their own soldiers to Ukraine. At yesterday's meeting with Donald Trump, they confirmed their intentions. However, Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk was nowhere to be seen, as neither the German Chancellor, the French President, nor even the head of the European Commission managed to secure him a seat at the table in the White House.
Donald Tusk
spoke in this online format of the so-called Coalition of the Willing on Saturday, but did not express his desire to be present in Washington. Radosław Sikorski spoke on Sunday in this group and also did not express Poland's willingness to attend. Perhaps there was also a desire to shift the blame for Poland's absence onto the president as a sort of internal power play. Donald Tusk once again has been sidelined, not only by Washington, but also by Berlin, Paris and Brussels, whose orders he so faithfully carries out. President Karol Nawrocki could not come to Washington, D.C. yesterday for many reasons. Among them, he has a one-on-one meeting scheduled with Donald Trump on the 3rd of September. And second, he is opposed to sending Polish troops to Ukraine. The president has not participated in the Coalition of the Willing so far. He has not announced Poland's participation in this format. The Prime Minister represented Poland there. It was the Prime Minister who discussed, as I understand it, within the Coalition of the Willing, the issue of Polish troops in Ukraine. The president said, "I will not send Polish boys to war." When it comes to the security of the Polish state and the international situation, there is no room and no time for certain political emotions. But it is precisely political emotions that the December 13th coalition is trying to stir up. Foreign Minister Radosław Sikorski has a very particular understanding of foreign policy. The president does not conduct foreign policy. The president represents a foreign policy formulated by the Council of Ministers. I would like to inform you that the President of the United States is inviting us to the White House, with whom Polish representatives of the MAGA movement and President Karol Nawrocki personally have privileged relations. I ask that they use these relations for the benefit of Poland and Europe. Minister Sikorski is trying to cover up his own incompetence, Donald Tusk's incompetence, and the mistakes they made, namely insulting the President of the United States. Everyone knows that Donald Tusk would have done anything, just like Sikorski, to be at the meeting, but they were not invited. This is the outlook for Polish diplomacy for the next 4 years. Especially after what Tusk and Sikorski did, said and wrote in the past, all in an attempt to discredit Donald Trump. Trump lied several times a day. He turned out to be a Russian agent, Putin's man, and this was obvious for 4 years. The current Polish foreign minister, Radosław Sikorski, has already deleted these posts, but nothing ever disappears from the internet. Trump, Putin's man in the White House. For proto-fascists like Trump, elections or verdicts are only important when they go their way. All he can do now is write on the internet. He can't count on himself because he called Trump a proto-fascist, nor on his wife, who compared the US president to Hitler and Stalin. As a result, Tusk and Sikorski simply no longer matter in America. This was confirmed yesterday by Donald Trump's meeting with a group of mainly left-wing establishment politicians who are nevertheless influential in Europe.